What's up, everyone？ 我是麦克老师。情人节快来了，所以今天我要告诉大家，我为什么选择了一个中国女孩结婚。First and foremost, I just want to personally thank each and every one of you for following my channel, for subscribing and helping me out, sharing my videos. Don't forget, if you are new here, please go and subscribe if you like this video. And if you want to study with me, you can check information below. I have new courses every month, and this month we have movie course. Remember, if you are in Hubei or from Hubei, you can join the course for free. Please stay inside, stay safe, and Wuhan jiayou. A lot of people ask me, how come you never show your wife in the videos? Well, we talked about it and decided very early on that only I would be in the videos, so I respect that. Well, maybe today is the day I introduce you to my wife, but you'll have to wait until the end of the video to see. It's gonna take a lot of convincing, but I will try my best. 她真的很害怕上镜. So first, I should tell you why I was certain I would not marry a Chinese girl when I first came to China. But first, I just have to say, I don't like making these kinds of videos because I have to use a lot of generalizations based on my own experience. So before you watch this video, please know, not every Chinese girl is like this, or not every American girl or foreign girl is like this. Okay, this is just my experience, that's all. There's lots of great girls in the US and in China. My first impressions were not very good. The fashion was different, hairstyles very different. Saw lots of girls, college students and teachers holding hands, and to me at that time it seemed sort of immature because I didn't really know about the culture that much. And since I was a teacher working at a college, of course I was not going to date students, but a lot of the girls I saw just kind of seemed very immature to me. But I changed my mind, and I'll tell you why later. So that was the first reason. The second reason I did not want to date a Chinese girl was I just thought our cultures were too different, our habits are too different, our values were too different. I hate FedEx. Why can't you just take a package on a scooter like in China? So much quieter and faster. As I spent more time in China, I began to hear stories and know people who that when they told the Chinese parents they were getting married had some very difficult times with Chinese parents. Some of them, a few couples I know, almost broke up because of the parents really not wanting their son or daughter to marry a foreigner. They ended up getting married anyway, and now everything is great. Like, the parents accept them and love them, so it all worked out now. But at that time, I thought, why would I want to take that chance? Too risky, not gonna do that. That's the other thing that worried me about getting married to someone Chinese is you get married and then you have a baby and then the parents come and move in with you. I grew up in the US, so that's not as common. Maybe we grow up feeling like we need to live more independently, and our parents maybe treat us like we should live more independently. That actually scared me a little bit, but I'll talk about why I changed my mind on it later. The language barrier. How would we have really deep, meaningful conversations, and how would I be able to communicate and get to know her family and vice versa? But it's not just the language, if we got married, which country would we live in? Which passport would our children get? All these questions I thought about, and I thought it would just be so much trouble, Plus flying back and forth all the time to visit each other's family. And the fifth reason is the stereotype. The stereotype we have a Chinese girl and foreign guy Although it's more and more common to have a Chinese guy and a foreign girl now too. I guess I just didn't want to be a stereotype. But the more and more I thought about that, it's really a stupid reason, because if two people love each other, then what does it matter? Who cares what other people think anyway? And now I want to tell you why I decided to marry a Chinese girl. And by the way, if you want to know why my Chinese wife decided to marry a foreigner, well, you just have to ask her. I can only tell you my side of the story. I don't want to speak for her. Immediately I thought she was very beautiful. Her English was excellent, so right away I started thinking maybe the language barrier is not as serious as I thought it would be. I was studying for the HSK 5 test, so my Mandarin was getting better. So she was really smart and mature, as I saw. But at that time, I didn't really think it was a good idea to date, so we just kind of kept in touch as friends. So as I spent more time with her, getting to know her, I found out she really loves traveling. I like traveling. She likes to eat all kinds of different food. So it's really great to have a variety of food all the time. Although I have to say, one thing we don't agree on is breakfast. She likes to eat like zhou and mantou, and I like eggs and bacon. If you're talking about xiaolongbao or shengjian, now we're talking. But normally we don't have much in common when it comes to breakfast. Another thing that was really important to me was education. Obviously, being a teacher, I think in China, the value that people put on education is very, very high, like next level, especially compared to other countries. When I moved to Shanghai, I saw so many people just working so hard. And actually, once people get out of college, they change a lot. They become a lot more mature, naturally. So my idea that Chinese women are immature turned out to be kind of silly, And the fifth thing I want to talk about is just something I personally found to be true, which is that I think Chinese women and men, I think Chinese people are much more approachable than maybe, say, the average person in America. So what I mean by that, in the context of dating, if you go up to maybe a Chinese girl that you're interested in, think she's really beautiful, she might reject you, but she will be very kind and nice about it. Whereas I think in the US, I've maybe talked to some girls, this is a long time ago, and they just reject you in a very mean way, and it makes you really nervous to ever try it again. Of course, I got rejected many times, but the difference was, how did they reject me? Let's go into the park. Hopefully it'll be quieter over here. Family. Family is extremely tight-knit. That was a reason I did not want to date a Chinese girl. I was afraid when we get married, the parents would move in and they'd have to live with them for the rest of our lives. But actually, they just really want to help the new couple, especially when the baby comes, which our baby did come. And my parents-in-law, they came and stayed with us for a few months and really, really helped us out. I don't know what I would have done without them, to be honest. And my parents, I love them, they're great, but they probably don't want to move in with us and help take care of a baby. I think their diaper changing days are over. So I'm really thankful to have some Chinese parents that are really so sacrificing of their time and money, and that really just want to help out so much. And now I almost feel like I want to have them over as much as possible because it helps give us a break. So the last reason I want to share with you, I think can be called faithfulness. Now, I'm sure you know the divorce rate in the US is about 50%. It's pretty high, but a lot of those divorces are people who've been married 2, 3, 4 times. And of course, people get divorced in China too. It sucks, it's terrible, it's really hard on families. But I got the sense that in China, marriage was taken much more seriously. which is important to me because I'm a little more conservative and I also want to take marriage very seriously. Definitely sensed that Chinese women, particularly my wife, would take marriage very seriously and she would be very faithful. I feel like I'm walking into a jungle here, so I'm gonna turn back. The road is getting narrower and narrower. Anyway, so now I've come to realize that, actually my wife and I, we share a lot of the same values, and there wasn't as big of a difference as I thought. And the biggest thing I realized is that no matter where you're from, people are people. They have, the same basic needs, and a lot of them do share a lot of the same values. And these things like language and food and different families and where are we going to live, these are all like second or third tier problems. The first thing that you need to worry about is, do you want to spend time with this person every day? Do you get along well? Do you like each other? Are you attracted to each other? Because those are the things that are really going to make or break a relationship. The other stuff is just small details. Of course, there will be challenges and arguments and difficulties, but again, it doesn't matter where you are from. You could be from the same hometown. You're still going to have challenges and arguments and difficulties. It's natural. And that is why I changed my mind and decided to marry a Chinese woman. So I hope you enjoyed my little story. And if you like these kind of videos, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like and share the video. And also don't forget information below on any of my English courses. And I hope all of you stay safe, stay well. 我是麦克老师，下次再见。哦，对了，我忘记给大家介绍我亲爱的，她走这边了啊！不好意思，我老婆还是很害羞，还是害怕上镜。